Hey, Shalom, Akim. Uh, First and foremost, giving all praises and glory, honor due to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles, elders of the great millstone who ruled and well, taught me this truth through the spirit, Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI. To you, Akim, out there, pushing this word and sincerity and truth throughout the four countries of the earth, Shalom to you. Okay? And ultimately, throughout the scriptures, this word is for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, as well as the Israelite foreigners who's been scattered amongst the nations, looking like the rest of the nations. All right. And shalom to the elect, man. Men, women, and children, ultimately coming back to the obedience of the Heavenly Father, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Okay, and faith to the best of their abilities, man. All right. I'm the brothers Hargabar Lova and Aparatazai. The lessons edifying to the elect is all about the elect. Okay? In which, the elect are going to be saved by, these spaceships. Okay, and these up. Okay, and these, and Jacob's trouble is approaching, man, fastly, man. Okay. Whether you want to see it or not, you can't see it because, you ultimately you can't prepare for it. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahawashi Yahawashi, has to be with you. And ultimately our salvation is through those spaceships in which you people call UFOs, the UAPs. Matter of fact, let's start with Isaiah. Okay, nothing planned again. Okay, Lord, whether I brought his eyes edifying to the elect. Nothing planned again. Let's start with Isaiah 19. Right, the burden of Egypt. Right, the ancient Egypt. Okay, which was in in the continent or the land of Ham. Right, this Egypt is speaking of America, man. Okay. When you read Revelation 11:8, it's spiritually known as Sodom in Egypt. Okay, when you read 2nd Ezra 2nd Ezra 16 chapter. Okay, when we read Deuteronomy 28:68, the Lord bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Okay, speaking about the transatlantic slave trade. Right, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahawah rise upon a swift cloud, and this cloud is speaking about the spaceships, man. I'm going to say it like that, spaceships, okay? And shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians, okay, against the Egyptians. Yeah, the Americans going to be against the Americans, man. Civil war, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, man. And that's what the apostles and elders and the brothers who are speaking in like mind this doctrine been telling you, man. There's going to be civil war here in the land. Race wars, race riots, social class wars, man. Okay? Militia groups running around. Okay, sedition against men, and ultimately tearing into your houses because of the lack of food. Okay, the scarcity of food, man. And the Edomites are not. You got some Bible thumping Edomites. They ain't going for this RFID technology, the CHIP, man, the MOTB. They ain't going for that either. All right. Ultimately, the Spirit of the Lord put them. Is gonna put the Spirit of the Lord in them to be at vengeance with you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, because judgment is going to start with you. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, when you read Matthew's 24th chapter, wars and rumors of war, kingdom shall rise against kingdom and nation against nation. Okay, but this is ultimately speaking about in America. Okay. Oh, real quick, let's grab the book of, let's stay in Isaiah. Okay. Let's grab you can grab Jeremiah. You can grab Joel. Okay, you can grab, matter of fact, let's go to let's stay in Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 13. Let's see, we started the first verse. Yeah, the burden of Babylon. Yeah, Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that ye may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones from my anger. Right? Right. I have also sanctified. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones from mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahawah of hosts musters the host of the battle. They come from a far country, and that's going to the missiles, man. Okay. Yeah, that's going into the missiles. We're not going to speak on the missiles right now. We know ultimately, the eyes of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, are upon a single kingdom, okay? And he's going to destroy it from the off the face of the earth, man. Okay? And so ultimately, the Lord is going to set these Americans against Americans, okay? As we're in the midst of World War III. We are in the midst of World War III, whether you want to like it, recognize it or not. Okay? We are in the midst of World War III, you know. Here, let's actually, well, no, because that goes into the missiles as well. Let's see. Let me see something. Right. Okay. Right. Speaking of Isaiah 19:1, look at when it says, how it rides upon a swift cloud. Okay. It's Psalms 18, and I'll start with 7. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. Why? Ultimately, these are the nuclear missiles, okay, the hypersonic missiles, and these thermonuclear missiles, okay, hitting the earth, mainly the two lands of America that's going to be destroyed. I mean, two main lands are America and Israel, okay, and the earth. The scriptures talk about the earth being shaken to and fro like a drunkard, okay? And this is what's going to cause the earth to do that, man. That these nuclear missiles, okay? See, World War III is going to end in a nuclear war, man. Okay? Nuclear war is going to go, it might start off, air strikes here, air strikes like, but it's going to end in nuclear war. Okay? Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. Who was wroth? The Lord YAHAWASHI, man. And these are the weapons of his indignation, which when you go into that word, it means righteous anger, man. Yeah, the Lord's angry. You haven't seen, okay, the Lord's anger yet, man. Okay? There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth. Devoured coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down. Okay? He came down, going back to Isaiah, the 19th chapter. He rode upon a swift cloud, man, a chariot, man, a big-ass spaceship, so to speak, which you people call unidentified flying objects, or aerial phenomenons, man. These are the chariots of the Heavenly Father, YAHAWASHI, okay? The vehicles of the elect's salvation, man. He bowed the heavens also and came down. He came down, and darkness was under his feet, okay? Going into the smoke, man, and he rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place, his pavilion. Round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed hailstones and coals of fire. Yahweh also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows. Yeah, and the arrows, these arrows are consistent of the nuclear missiles, man. Okay, in which the camp of these arrows are the silos. Okay. It says the Yahweh also thundered in the heavens. Okay. In the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows and scattered them. He shot out lightnings and discomfited them. Okay, so, in the midst of this, well, at the end of this World War III, okay, it's going to end in a nuclear war in which we know two mainlands are going to be destroyed. America is going to be destroyed, okay, which is Babylon, okay, Babylon the Great. This word Babylon going back to the Hebrew word Babel, okay, meaning confusion. All right, and America is a big city of confusion, okay, in which they push and promote women in positions of power, usurping authority over men. Okay, which you only have to be a homo or some type of faggot, some type of way, okay, to want a woman to rule over a man, or to rule up over a man in any type of way, form, or fashion, right? Where they push pedophilia, bestiality, okay, and ultimately all types of wickedness, man, okay, because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, Job 9:24, Malachi 1:4. I'm not gonna make this long. Okay. Says. Yeah. So let's go there. Let's go back to Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19:1. So the Lord ultimately, when He returns, He's gonna be on this cloud, man, which is what you people call UFOs, or what you people call UAPs, aerial phenomenons. Okay, these are the chariots of the Heavenly Father, and you have no defense mechanism against these vehicles, man. These vehicles of the Heavenly Father, man. They defy gravity. Put it like that. They defy gravity, okay? Where you using your technology, you have to, make a full circle or make a circle with your airplanes and your B-12s, jets, and your fighter jets. You can't shoot these vehicles out of the sky, and so, America is going to be destroyed. We put it like that. There's no ands, ifs, and buts about it, man. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud. All right? Rideth upon a swift cloud. Okay, I was looking up at a chariot yesterday. Okay? And as I did, I just gave praises to YAHAWASHI. I knew it was a chariot because it wasn't a plane, because it glowed up and it radiated. Yeah, I was looking at it and I was just like, yo, it's really radiating right now. It really turned a bright light. It really turned into a bright light, and then it dimmed back down and disappeared. So the burden of Egypt, which is America, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, America, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. Okay, you going trying to establish your new world order, your NWO. You're gonna be put in positions of difficulty. Okay, you're gonna be put in straits. Okay, you're gonna establish a new world order, but then the Lord is gonna put you in straits, a position of difficulty, man. When you're about to fill your belly, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be civil war. Okay, martial law is gonna be taking place. You got your militia groups. Okay, you're gonna have a civil war in which you made a movie about this. Prophesying here on the left hand side. You got to tell the people what you're gonna do before you do it. Predictive programming. Okay, but the Lord already declared it from the beginning, and so it is what it is. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Giving all praises, glory, honor due to Yahawah, Bashim YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rahawah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, elders, great millstone, who told me this truth through the spirit of Yahawah, Bashim YAHAWASHI. Okay, to you brothers out there pushing, keep pushing. Okay, you camp leaders and everybody, you guys are faith boosters, man. To you apostles, first and foremost to your apostles and elders, man. Double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone. Lord willing, I will rock this high. It was edifying to the elect. Till next time, shalom, shalom.